Hey, how we going, team? Aaron Jones again with another skills session for our rugby players out there and our non-rugby players. Today we're going to be looking at the basic pass and the spiral pass, and the fundamentals that we'll be looking at will be relevant to our junior players, to our college players, our female players, our senior players. So hopefully there'll be a couple of good skills that you will take, or some basic fundamentals that you'll take out of this. A couple of key things that we want to constantly have going through our mind is when we are looking at a pass, whether it's just a basic pass or the spiral pass, the fundamentals yesterday around getting our hands up and catching that ball early. But when we do catch the ball, okay, we want to be looking and we want to be finishing strong with our hands and shooting our target. So no matter what pass it is we're trying to throw, okay, again remember, catch, look, shoot, or catch, look, give. Okay, and if we do that, that will really help our accuracy of our pass. Okay, the reason why we're going to cover off on the basic pass and the spiral pass is distances between the ball carrier and the support player varies. Okay, so we need to be able to give a pass that's suited to the situation, and we need to be able to give a pass that's catchable. So if a player's further away, we can throw a bit of a harder spiral ball. If players are nice and close, we can take a bit of the power off the ball by leaving our elbows behind and just letting the ball travel into their hands. Okay, so the first one that we're going to look at is just the basic pass. I've got my trusty sidekick here, Ryan Piper. He's going to help us with this little skill activity, and again we can do it with our siblings, with our grandparents, whoever's in isolation with us at home. So what we're going to do to begin with is we're just going to have the two cones set up. We don't have to have cones, but Ryan's going to have his hands up for me, and I'm just going to hold the ball, fingers down the ball, and I'm going to look and push the ball towards his hands. Okay, so we can start on that hip, push it across, okay, or we can start up here, sort of between our hip and our shoulders, and pushing that ball across, and the plane of the ball shouldn't change at all. Okay, nice catchable passes. You can see that my hands aren't fully extended at the moment. I'm leaving my elbows behind a little bit because I don't want to throw a bullet at Ryan. Okay, it's travelling and it's catchable, and Ryan's doing the same. And we'll swap sides. Okay, and we're just again looking at those hands, pushing that pass. Okay, looking at those hands, pushing that pass. And what we might do just to progress it, okay, is I'm going to pass, I'm going to change my position. Ryan's going to find me, he's going to change his position. Okay, and we're just getting used to finding those hands and pushing it through. We're going to challenge ourselves. We can be a little bit quicker with the pass as well. Okay, fundamentals don't change. Catch, look, and we're pushing that pass through. Okay, another little thing that we can focus on, okay, is generating power through our forearms and through our fingers. Okay, so when we are pushing that pass, okay, I'm giving it a little bit of a flick with my fingers to push that pass through. Okay, so I've caught the ball looking, flicking that pass. Okay, catch the ball, look, flick. Okay, catch, look, pass. Not bad, Ryan, you must have been well coached in your time, were you? Ryan's a mute, he doesn't speak. Okay, the other thing that you might notice as well is Ryan's promoted his outside foot, and so have I, and you can promote that inside foot as well, because when we play rugby we don't stand still and pass, we're running. Okay, so again, split stance, balancing, pushing that ball, okay, pushing it through, or we can even be marching and keep that feet going, so we get used to passing off different hands. Okay, we've got a nice lovely duck stance there, Ryan Piper, that's looking good. Alright, and then we might swap again. And if we really want to challenge ourselves, okay, we can push ourselves a little bit wider. Alright, so we just go a little bit wider. Hopefully you can still see us in shot. We've got a longer pass. We're letting those hands go towards our target a bit harder now. Alright, we're just pushing that pass through. Okay, fantastic. Thanks for that, Ryan. So again, if we go back and look at the detail of the pass, we want to be comfortable on the ball. So we don't want to hold it on the tip. We don't want our hands spread all over the ball for a basic pass. We can just catch that ball in our hands. Our fingers can be down the seam, all right, but they're centered on the ball, and then I can just turn and transition that ball as well. Okay, so again, we want to be comfortable. We don't want to be holding the ball like this where it feels a little bit unorthodox or a little bit weird to pass the ball. Fingers down, okay, in control of the ball. And a good little thing that we can do to get a feel of how we're holding the ball is just to look at our partner, sort of catch the ball, throw it up, catch the ball, make that little transition in our hand and shift that pass as well. Okay, so that's perfect. Okay, so we've just talked about one of the common things that we see with these young players, all right, that we want to try and eliminate. So these are some little activities that we can do with our players, okay, to eliminate some of those common faults, which will also help them generate good technique. So I've got Ryan standing in front of me, okay, and I'm gonna place my hand on the bottom third of the ball, okay, and I can use a lever at the moment, and I'm just gonna tell myself right hand over the top, and just let that ball roll off the fingers, and that'll go across to my target. And you'll see that my hands are finishing towards Ryan, because that's where I want the ball to go. As soon as I start pushing my hand across, that's where we lose our accuracy. If we throw a stone or we throw a ball at a wicket, we follow through, because that's where the stone and the ball is going to go, and it's going to hit our target. Alright, same, so we can alternate, so we're working off that hand position, we're using a lever at the moment, letting that ball just roll off the fingers and the ball shape will come. Work that other hand, push it through, finish nice and high with our hand there. Nice technique there, Ryan, spreading those fingers, generating the power, okay, and we can just alternate between those hands. If we want to challenge ourselves a little bit, we can load the hip, okay, and when we load the hip, we load the tricep as well, and we push that ball through, and you should see good quality ball shape, roll off, finishing strong with our target, okay. And once we've started to get that shape generating, so again, I'm telling myself right hand over the top, let it roll off, left hand over the top, let it roll off. Then I'm going to bring my guiding hand onto the ball, and I'm just going to look at my target and finish strong with those hands. I've got the ball, finishing strong with those hands, okay. If we get our kids going back to doing this thing where they're trying to spin it, tell them to make a fist, hold up their index finger, put the finger on the ball so this hand can't do anything, and again, tell yourself right hand over the top and just let it roll off, okay. Make the first index finger, left hand over the top this time, and let it roll out, okay. I'll bring Ryan out to this side with me, because we don't pass forward in the game, but it's a great way to learn the technique. What I'm going to do now is use that lever, and I'm just going to let it roll off and get the shape, and Ryan's going to do the same. Okay, and this is the direction that we pass in a game. So we get through these, finish nice and high with that hand for me, Ryan. Okay, just releasing a little bit early and the ball's dipping, so can we let it go a little bit later for me? Perfect, just like we scripted earlier. You've done well. Okay, and then what we're going to do is swap sides. Okay, and we're going to have a look at our other pass off that other hand as well. And once we're generating good ball shape there, we can load off that hip, we can get our target up. Very good, good power there, Ryan. Okay, looking, putting through. Again, get that hand position. If we're getting not very good ball shape, take your time, hand position, have a look. Bang. Another good thing to do is go, how would I pass the ball? I would pass like this, pop it on the hip, take the hand out, and then fire it out. Okay? Then again, we can go back to the one finger, we can promote our feet, and we can fire the ball out. If we really want to isolate, that was yesterday's session, the early catch, the never hands up. If we really want to isolate an area of the pass and generate power, I can load on that outside hip, which will give me a bit more leverage. Okay, or I can load on that inside hip and finish strong with those hands. So I'm here, bang. I'm there, bang. And you'll notice hand position, okay, finishing strong with those hands, right where I see Ryan's hands, and hitting my target each time. Okay, alternate feet, so we get comfortable passing off both feet. Good, and what you're seeing is generating power through fingers, wrist, tricep. We're not winding up and throwing these big loopy passes. Okay, generate power that way. Perfect, thanks for that, Ryan. If I just get Ryan to stand out in front of me here, okay, another little activity. Again, it's that hand position, but I'm going to lock my elbows in, and I'll just bring Ryan a little bit closer. This is an activity that can be done about 1.5 to 2 meters away, and we're looking to do, we're not throwing our arms out, because we don't want our arms doing the work. We want to lock our elbows in, generate power through finger and wrist, smack it out there. We're working that left hand power. Now then I'll change it up, smash it through. If you're on your own at home and you don't have a mate with you, okay, again, I'm passing that way with the ball, I'm just going to throw it up, and if it drifts away from you, okay, then we're not finishing strong with our hand. We want the ball going straight up, straight down. Let it go, it should come straight down to me. Up we go, straight down. And we're just working the ball shape. And left hand's doing the work here, right hand's doing the work here. Okay, so some cool little activities that you can do to isolate areas of the pass, generate good ball shape, and then progress into a good spiral pass. Awesome team. Okay, so we've just looked at the basic pass, which again, we catch that ball, we can transition it really, really quickly, and we can transition our spiral pass quickly as well if we catch it how we want to pass it. Okay, but before we get into that, we're just going to look at the hand position of the ball. So if I'm catching the ball off my right hand side, which will be your left hand side on screen, I want my hand near the base of the ball. Okay, so my right hand and my top hand is at the base. I don't want to sit it right on the bottom because it's not comfortable passing like that. So if we break the ball into thirds, we sit it at the bottom third, okay, and you'll see that I've got quite small hands, so what I tend to do is spread my fingers on the ball. Some people are happy just catching it and then letting that ball go, but I like to spread my fingers, and because I've got little hands, I apply pressure through the tips of my fingers, which allows me to hold on to the ball as well, because when it rolls off my hand, okay, that'll help generate some power as well. Okay, so the hand on the bottom third, and then this other hand, it just sits, it doesn't do any work, it just sits at the top and it becomes the guiding hand, and then your bottom hand does all the work and just lets the ball roll off. Okay, one thing parents, if I just bring Ryan out here with me, one thing that we want to have a look at, we'll get kids that have a dominant hand, and what they'll start to do is when they pass, they start to do this, okay, and they underspin the ball, and we want to avoid that because when we're running, it's very hard to generate power when we're trying to underspin the ball. What we're looking for on that pass with the right hand generating the power, which will go from my right to left, is I want that right hand coming over the top, okay, and Ryan will do the same with his left hand over the top, okay, and if we swap sides, again, this is my power hand, it sits on the bottom, and we want to generate that left hand over the top and generate that power, okay, and let that ball go. Alright, so if we see that our players, thanks to that Ryan, if we see that our young players are underspinning that ball, okay, we need to try and eliminate that, and we're going to go through some little activities, okay, to generate good power, good ball speed, good ball shape. Alright. Hey team, some good fundamentals that we've shared. Hopefully we've got some ideas around how we can generate good ball shape, okay, understanding the hand position and little activities that we can do to generate good power and good accuracy. The last one, and it's a little bit of an add-on to what we did yesterday around the catch, but we are looking at the spiral pass, and we talk about catching the ball how we want to pass it. Now we can't always do that, alright, but the way that we can try to do that effectively is when the ball is coming to me, I want to watch the ball and I want to catch it how I want to pass it. Okay, and you'll see that I can get a little spiral pass away there. Okay, so I'm watching the ball into my hand, I've caught it there, which means I then can just transition and shift the pass. Alright, if I don't watch the ball, I just catch it, I've caught it here, I've got to make an adjustment and I've got to let the ball go. And a good activity for when we don't catch the ball how we want to pass it is we can just catch it, bang, adjust, let it go. Alright, and again, I can just catch the ball, catch it, adjust it, and let it go. But if I want to catch the ball how I want to pass it, okay, bang, I've caught it here, so my hand is in a good position to shift it, I've got my other hand on the bottom third, I can turn and let that pass go. Okay, again, watching that ball into my hands there, shift it through, okay, and when I do this, I can change different feet, let it go, okay, but again, the fundamentals are the same, catch, look, pass. This time what we're going to do is we're going to target that pillar, our little pillar on the deck there, See how good the accuracy is? Catch, look, pass. There we go, that's one. I'm going for three. Catch, look, pass. Oh, I've got the corner. I'm taking that one, I'm claiming it. Again, catch, look, pass. Okay, didn't hit the camera, that's good. No cameras were harmed in the filming of this video. Hey team, hopefully some really useful information within that session for yourself around hand position, okay, around activities that we can look to generate good shape, good ball speed and good accuracy. Remember, key fundamentals: when I'm catching the ball, my hands up, watching the ball into my hands, and if I can catch it how I want to pass it, I'm going to give myself and the players outside me more time. Key things to tell yourself when you are shifting the ball: catch, look, shoot. Okay, so we're finishing nice and accurate. The other thing as well is when we are trying to generate a spiral pass because we want to throw a wider ball, when you're passing from your right to left, you're telling yourself right hand over the top, and that's the one that's doing the work. Catching from left to right, you're telling yourself left hand over the top, okay, because that's going to generate the power there. One last little tip that I didn't cover off in earlier is we call it a punch pass. Okay, and the reason we call it a punch pass is because when we're boxing, we're punching, we rotate through the shoulder and we punch, and it's the same when I pass. When I'm here, I'm punching, I'm rotating. Okay, so if we can get that punching motion, okay, then we can look to catch, transition that pass through, catch, transition that pass. Appreciate your time. Thanks very much, Ryan Piper on the camera, and my little sidekick as well. I say little, but he's actually bigger than me. Hopefully you got some real good learnings out of this. Hope we're all well in isolation. Stay safe, team. Thank you.
Hands up early.
Oh, there we go.